I took off my clothes, put on your robe, and I went through your drawers and I found your cologne. Went down to the den, I found your CDs, and I played your Johnny, and I shouldn't stay long. You might be home soon, I shouldn't stay long. Would you forgive me, love, if I didn't sit in your shower? Would you forgive me, love, if I laid in your bed? Would you forgive me, love, if I stay out after night? I burned your incense, I ran a bath, and I noticed a letter that sat on your desk. It said, hello, love, I love you so, love, meet me at midnight. And no, it wasn't my writing, I better go soon, it wasn't my writing. So forgive me, love, if I cry in your shower. So forgive me, love, for the salt in your bed. So forgive me, love, if I cry out after night.
Throughout the writing of the record and before it and just growing as a person, I spent a lot of time alone and being very introspective, and now my life is a little more external, so I try to hold on to those moments as much as I can, the ones that are quiet. But it's just, as opposed to meeting one new person a day, I meet 10 new people a day.
I've seen them give their drugs up in place of makeshift altars.
The title is basically making reference to the fact that I used to not allow myself to feel infatuated because I just equated relationships with pain and difficulty and confusion. And now that I understand myself a little more and the opportunity that relationships give me to heal, I can actually enjoy it and let go and just enjoy my heart palpitating a little more. It's different in that I experimented with different instruments this time, and it was a little less regard for structure, perhaps, and emotionally and lyrically I feel that I still allow myself to react to things or people or situations, but I don't necessarily stop there. I still take responsibility for my role in it, perhaps more so than before. I took a year and a half off after the tour for Jagged Little Pill, and about a year into it I went to India for a month. And I went with my aunts and my mother and my girlfriends, and it was an opportunity for me to just let go and to stop for what felt like the first time in my life, which enabled me to look at my life and look at what had happened with my music and with everything that had come along with it in an objective way, and to see whether I really wanted to do it again.
I've passion. I've watched you smile as the students bow to kiss your feet. You're not realistic, Baba. I don't have even sleeping. They're singing out of every word you say. How soon will you let me away? How much will this cost for real? How much longer till you completely outside me? Give me strength on the wayward. How long till it night and days? How much longer till you completely outside me?
Thank you.
I'll give you countless amounts of outright acceptance if you want it.
It's time to be distracting myself from everything but writing lyrics. Because it's hard to write lyrics. It's scary. You gotta look in. You gotta go in. And that's scary.
I know
Must work. Must work. Must work. Must work. I don't listen to a lot of music. I'd rather have silence for 6 hours than have music playing. I'll listen to Joni Mitchell, I'll listen to greatest hits packages by Neil Young or James Taylor. I missed out on a lot of, on a really great era. You know, the Paul Simon and Garfunkel era. I missed out on that because I was too young. So I catch up on that, or I just, or I do yoga, or I meditate, or I just relax, take baths, read a lot of fiction.
I want to introduce this one because I
Under Rug Swept is a lyric in the bridge for Hands Clean, and a lot of the subject matter, particularly in that song, but also in a lot of the other songs on the record, was about my addressing things and transparently sharing things, sometimes for the first time ever, in a way that I had not been able to do in the past.
One part of your history's reinvented, and something or other.
It took a lot of courage for me to sing about and write about and speak about, for that matter, some of the contents in the songs on the record. So just reaching a point in my life where, as best as I possibly can right now, I want to speak as honestly and as transparently as I can, and as each year goes by, I am able to do it more and more so. There were so many songs to pick from when it came time to decide what the final sequence would be on the record. And in my gut, I didn't want any more than 11 songs on the record. I felt like that was the kind of zen number. I wrote 30 songs for this record, of which I think around 22 of them I recorded. Had to pick out of 22 songs and kind of whittle it down to 11. It just got to a point where it was too difficult of a choice to make, basically. So I've decided to release an EP or the equivalent of that shortly after the release of Under Rug Swept, sort of considering it to be a volume 2 to the volume 1 of what the record will be. I did not want to not share these songs, and didn't want to share them in the form of there being B-sides. So this was the place that I arrived at that I felt really peaceful about. So I'm very excited to do that.
I'm just so used to being in the crowd. I'm used to being around the people. I'm used to sort of be literally standing up on a stage in front of people. It's weird. It's fine. It's weird.
Like a young thing would to a guardian. I know you sexualize me like a young thing would, and I think I like it. Ooh, this could get messy, but ooh, you don't seem to mind. Dude, don't go telling everybody. Overlook this supposed crime. We'll fast forward to a few years later. No one knows except the both of us. If more than honored your request for science, you've washed your hands clean of this. What part of our history's reinvented under rug swept? What part of your memory is selective and tends to forget? What with this distance it seems so obvious. Just make sure you don't tell on me, especially to members of your family. We best keep this to ourselves and not tell any members of our inner posse. I wish I could tell the world, 'cause you're such a pretty thing when you're done up properly. I might wanna marry you one day if you watch that weight and you keep your firm body.